I find myself in a very unique situation with our Alma Hunt State Missions Offering in that I am able to every year be a contributor, but also I am a receiver. Working with the Baptist General Association of Virginia, I'm able to receive your offerings, and I'm also able to spend some of those offerings on our ministries, and I'm also able to distribute some of those offerings to our partners all around the Commonwealth who are doing missions and ministry for the good of our people and for the sharing of the kingdom of God. Much like our team that is getting ready to leave for the Bland Ministry Center, which is one of the recipients of the Alma Hunt State Missions Offering. One of the things that I really like to tell people about this offering is that almost every piece of it, not only can you contribute to, but you can go and you can touch and you can feel and you can see how those monies are being spent, much like the team will be going this week to Bland. Maybe I can describe it to you this way. Not too long ago, our disaster relief feeding unit was down in North Carolina serving after a hurricane. And one of the things that this feeding unit did was it set up a feeding line distribution of food there on site at the church. It doesn't normally do that. Most of the time the food is packaged there and cooked there on site, and then it goes out to other places. But on occasion, we set up a feeding line there at the church and people can come by and get food. In this particular case, there was a leader who was there, just over middle-aged, experienced, seen it all kind of leaders, was there serving and helping things happen, was out front, kind of in the driveway of the church. And right outside of the driveway, right there along the road, were two big signs, 4x8 sheets of plywood, that said, lunch served 12 to 1, dinner served 5 to 6. Very clear, very big signs so that everybody in the community would know, come here during those times and you can get lunch and dinner. Invariably, every day, cars would pull in at 10:30 and say, what time is lunch? And this leader was right there by the driveway, so always kind of had to answer the question. Cars would pull in, what time do you serve dinner? From 5 to 6. We'll see you then. And the first couple of times that you answer that question, you answer it cheerily and we'll be happy to see you. After about 3 days of answering this question, cars pull in and just shake your head and say, sign here, big letters, 11 to 12, 12 to, it says right there. So, after a few days, it happened. It had been a long day, kind of a stressful day. It was the end of the day. The leader was out there by the side of the road, cleaning up, and sure enough, here came the car. It pulled in, and you've seen this car around. It's kind of ubiquitous. It's that compact red car with fading paint. That's blue smoke is puffing out the back of the exhaust. And admit it, we all do this. You see the person, in this case, a couple who were in the car coming, and you could see all the stuff in the back of the car, and you knew that they were homeless, and this couple were homeless long before the storm had come through. And they were about to receive the wrath of this leader who had answered that question way too many times over the past few days. Yes, I will tell you what time lunch and dinner is that the sign right here that you're going to pull up beside says. So as the car pulled up, before this leader could say much of anything, the passenger window came down, an arm got thrust out with two $20 bills that said, can you give this to somebody? We don't have much, but we know that people in this hurricane lost everything. Will you take this? Humbled, reminded, seeing God in unexpected places, and finding hope in humanity. Now you might ask, what does this have to do with Alma Hunt State Missions Offering? Please understand, your gifts to this offering are not a static, one-time donation to a project. Your gifts to this offering are dynamic, and they are multiplied over and over again. Your gifts made it possible for that feeding unit to be on site to serve food. Your gifts made it possible for that just over middle-aged, experienced, seen-it-all kind of leader to be trained. Your gifts helped create an encounter, a discipleship opportunity, a thin moment, as it's called here at River Road at times. Your gift created an opportunity for someone else to be generous. See, we call ourselves here a thoughtful faith community. But that thoughtful faith doesn't just happen within the walls of this church. Thoughtful faith happens wherever those of us who have thoughtful faith go. Even someone like me, a just over middle-aged, experienced, seen it all kind of leader.